Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another one of the Simply Mail Solutions webinars that we've been running over the last couple of months, where we've been attempting to update both our new customers and existing customers on a number of areas of cloud services and solutions that we provide, which are primarily around the Microsoft stack, which is where we specialize. For those of you that have been with us before, thank you for rejoining us, and for those that are new, I'm glad to welcome you to this session today. I'm joined by a couple of my colleagues, who are Keith and Martin, who will be working with us today whilst we go through the Microsoft Office 365 plans and how they permeate down to you. I think it's worth saying that obviously Microsoft Office 365 and its predecessor BPOS, or Business Productivity Online Suite, have been with us for around about 10 years now. And in that time, of course, those products have evolved, and Microsoft have continued to add a number of applications, products and services to that suite, and have in many instances changed where the different products sit within each different SKU for those products, as well as alter the tariffs around them and the seat counts that are applicable to them. So it's a moving target, and for us at SMS, we live and eat and sleep this stuff. So we're really here to try and guide you through that and give you the best information we can in the clearest and concise form. But of course, we're here, happy to assist you at any point. You can ask us questions as we go through the session today. We're here afterwards, and you can always get us online. So at that point, I would obviously like to introduce Martin Barber, who's going to present with us today.
Hiya, Chris. You all right? How everyone?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go, Martin, and really, I think we're going to kick off and kind of ask you, what are the real benefits, firstly, of using the Office 365 suite, and then, of course, get you to try and step us through the plans that we've got here.
Yeah, no problem. So, hello everyone. So basically, the benefits with 365 is the fact that it's always up to date. So whenever there's a latest release released by Microsoft, whether that's the Exchange version or a CRM version or something like that, whichever their product they release, it will always be the latest version when it comes out. You can have it different plans across users, which we're going to go into more detail. So there's business plans and there's enterprise plans. You can have them across users. There's no limitation on that. If you have an option with Office, you're going to get the latest Office version when it comes out. It's updated all the time, as long as you pay the subscription every month, or if it's a yearly subscription, you will always get the latest version of the Office suite. And one thing I would point out, which is linked to a benefit, is any Mac users that are currently using 2016 Office, from October, there'll be no longer any support for that from ourselves or Microsoft. So this is a good time to actually look at getting something like Microsoft 365, because you are going to get the latest version, which is currently 2019 for Mac, and you're not going to have that issue with software which is A, out of date and B, no longer supported. Other benefits include add-ons are available, so there's products that you can add into your actual 365 service, whether it's archiving or advanced threat protection, something like that, or there's phone services as well. Benefits with ourselves is 247 ticket support. You've got phone support 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. You also have a fully fledged admin control panel, not just by 365, but also via your SMS portal with us, and compatibilities across Windows, Mac, iPhone, Android, etc. That works fine.
Brilliant. Okay. So, are you going to now step us through the plans?
Yes.
I have to say, from my perspective, you know, they have changed quite a bit over a period of time, and continue to change with regularity. So I think it is very difficult for customers to understand what the relevant plans are, what products are in each plan, and then how the tariffs apply to that. So I think this is going to be a really interesting segment of what we're going to do today.
Yeah, no problem at all. So basically, Microsoft 365 has multiple plans, as earlier mentioned. They have business plans and they have enterprise plans. This is purely just depending on what your business requirements are. There's also add-ons and additional subscriptions that you can get, which we'll go through later on in this presentation. So basically, let's get started first of all with the business plans. So business plans, there is 3 current main ones that you'll see advertised on our website and on Microsoft's website as well. You've got Business Basic, Standard, and Premium. They are the main 3 key ones there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through each one and just tell you a bit about them. So if you decide to go for a Business Basic plan, this will give you a 50 gig mailbox with your own domain, and there's currently no limit on how many domains you can add as long as you own the domain. I've never seen a tenant yet that's had any limitations on that. You can access things like the Office apps online only. You don't get a physical download of the software, but you can access things like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, and Outlook through web access without any problems. It also comes with a terabyte of OneDrive storage, which is the cloud backup that Microsoft provide, which is hooked into SharePoint, so you can share files with internal people inside your organization or external people with suppliers, clients, that kind of thing. And you can it also gives you access to Teams as well, so you can host meetings and video conferencing with suppliers or staff, whoever you require. So that's basically what the basic plan is. Now, if you're wanting more functionality, so you're wanting a bit more than just a basic offering, you would then be looking at going to the standard one. So the standard one is pretty much the same as the basic, but you actually get the Office installation. So you can effectively have the Office software installed on up to 5 machines. So, and that's Mac, PC, and also mobile devices like Android and iPhone. So you can basically have the physical software on your machine, and it comes again with a 50 gig mailbox, the 1 terabyte of OneDrive, and let's say one license covers up to 5 devices across the board, basically. The next tier up from that would be Premium. Now, Premium is where you start getting into the more advanced plan of 365, because it gives you a bit more. So it gives you the same as previously before, but you have also things like advanced cyber threat security built into it, and ransomware protection. And you've got control of things like encryption, so you can basically do email encryption from Outlook or through the web, so you can actually encrypt files that you send to people, so obviously to make that more secure if you're working in finance or legal or something like that, where you need to send confidential information. You can encrypt it with this particular plan. It comes with that option to do that. And obviously it's secure across devices as well, so you can connect to multiple devices as previously mentioned as well. So that's really what the premium. This is like the premium package that you can get under the business tier of services. Okay, so just moving on from that, the next level would be enterprise plans. Now there is several enterprise plans, but the main 3 I'm going to cover here today. So you have the E3 plan, you have an E5, and you have Exchange Online. Exchange Online is one of the most popular ones because it's just a mailbox only, which I'll discuss shortly. So basically, the E3 plan, so the enterprise plan, will give you a copy of Windows 10 Enterprise. So this allows you to actually get the physical Windows installed on your PC, so as well as the Office apps that you can download. It's a fully fledged package or plan that you can get a current up-to-date version of Windows 10, and that is updated whenever updates come out, and it's, like I say, it's the enterprise version, so it's ideal for business, so you can get all the updates, etc. of it. It also comes with Teams. It comes with Intune, which is a mobile security service that you can enable, so you can set up policies on that to restrict people doing things, work sensitive stuff on phones. So if you've got a team of people that you want to restrict what they can do, Intune is the thing that you can use on that, so you can basically set up policies and things like that. You get an advanced version of Active Directory, because with the basic, the business versions plans, you only get a very basic level of Active Directory. So this is the premium one, so it does give you a bit more advanced options like reporting and things like that, and you get a few other bits like security, mainly related to that particular thing. You get Windows Defender, so that's basically effectively the antivirus for Windows, and that is obviously up to date as well. And you get more sort of like, you obviously get Exchange, SharePoint, and you've got things like threat analysis. So effectively the E3 is more of it's the next tier up from business, and it gives you a lot more advanced features like logging and reporting, and you can and threat management, that kind of thing, and data loss prevention. So it's a bit more, it's like the basic one on steroids effectively. So it gives you a lot more robust technology basically. Now the next plan from that would be an E5, and the E5 is pretty much the same as the E3, but you get again more features, and the more features that you get, these are some of the key features that you get. One of them is a phone system, which means that you can actually make phone calls from that system with calling plans that you'd have to have in place to make obviously phone calls out. But you get a physical phone system where you can actually effectively take your PBX system that you may have in your office into the cloud. So it allows you to do that from this particular plan. You can get the phone system on some of the business plans as well as an add-on, but with the E5 you get it part of it, and it comes with things like Power BI, cloud security, conferencing, and you get advanced threat protection, which is effectively one of the recommended products I'd always advise anyone to get that's got 365, because that effectively is anti-spam to the next level. It literally prevents things like spoofing and all sorts of like nasty email viruses, things like that, and it logs it, and you get records of it. And you can also do things like you can enable safe links, which basically means when you get a link in an email, what it does is when you click on that link, it goes to Microsoft, it scans it to see if it's malicious. If it's malicious, it'll basically say the site's dodgy. If it's not, it basically will then allow you to go to the site, so you know that every link you click on is going to be, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be, it's going to be secure basically, and that's what that advanced threat protection does. And then you have things like advanced compliance. So that's mainly things like in-place holds, where you can hold documents from an employee, so you can put it on hold so it can't be deleted. It's a bit like litigation hold, where you can effectively, it looks like to them they've deleted it, but in fact they haven't. It's sort of like in the background, but they don't know that. And that's basically what the advanced compliance is. It's all about retention and how to keep hold of emails without your users knowing, for audit purposes and things like that. So you get someone that's dismissed and they need to check that's the kind of thing it does basically.
So Martin, Martin, that's really quite exciting. You covered it very briefly there. But what we're saying is with the E5 SKU, our customers can actually do away, perhaps if they have a legacy telephone system, maybe on premise, that they've currently got, by moving to that E5 SKU. They can literally replace their current PBX system and have an integrated cloud PBX system from Microsoft that not only delivers telephony functionality, but it also, of course, will integrate in with the other Microsoft applications that are within the suite. So there is an opportunity, I would have thought, there for some of our customers to save a significant amount of money, particularly if they're on quite old and legacy telephony systems, bring themselves up to date and actually take advantage of an integrated and unified communications approach by utilizing all of the other functionality that comes within that SKU. And I think that's a real game changer from Microsoft in this marketplace. And I really look forward to hopefully a number of our customers starting to take advantage of that. I think that's really exciting news for us.
Yeah, I mean, the phone system on 365 is one of the best I've seen. And it's, I mean, I'm going to go in a bit more detail further on, but the things that you can do in it, effectively, you don't need a PPX with it any longer. You can do pretty much anything with it, and it's getting better all the time. So you can do things like phone queues. You can put pickup groups in it. You can do there's resource boxes that you can put on it. You can have toll numbers, free phone numbers, geolocated numbers. The list goes on. There's more to it than just a bog standard phone system. It is literally, and it can be a minefield to some people, but that's what we're here for, to help you through that process, basically.
That's great. Thank you.
Okay, so the final sort of exchange enterprise plan there is Exchange Online. Now, basically, this is one of our most popular ones because all this basically is a mailbox. So whereas the business and the enterprise comes with things like SharePoint and Teams and all that kind of thing, this is just purely a mailbox. And basically, there's two plans of it. There's a plan 1 and there's plan 2. Plan 1 is literally just a 50 gig mailbox. That's it. That's all you get with it. There's nothing else. It's just a bog standard mailbox, and it works just like any other Exchange mailbox would work. It works flawlessly. But for people that want a bit more, and because more people want more space, well, people are storing more and more emails these days, there is plan 2, which gives you a 100 gig mailbox, but it also gives you an unlimited archive as well. So you can enable archiving on that mailbox and set up what's known as a retention policy. And you can say any email that's 2-year-old, I want to put into the in-place archive. And every morning, in the early hours of the morning, about 2 a.m. in the morning, it will run effectively a retention policy, and it will then move that mail from your inbox or your folders to the archive. So it reduces the size of the actual mailbox itself. And with plan 2, you get an unlimited archive on that as well. So it is quite a good service. We don't have as many people using the plan 2, but plan 1 is the main one. But there is that option for people that obviously want that as well. And the same again, you can access both of them via the web. You can set it up on any smartphone, iOS or Android, and if you've got a copy of Outlook, it'll work in that, Windows Mail, Mac Mail, etc. That's it'll work in pretty much any mail client that's supported. So that's no issues on that front. So basically, the difference is, right, so the one key difference between the business and the enterprise, there's many because obviously they have different products altogether, but the one key difference between them, if you were going to say what's business versus enterprise, is basically the business plan will allow you to have up to 300 users maximum. If you get into a situation where you have more than 300 users, then you would need an enterprise, which is unlimited. So you can have, there's no limit on the enterprise, you can have as many as you want. But like I said, the business one is maximum of 300. So, we do get people that do have over that many users, and obviously they then would go on to enterprise where there's no issue on that front. But that is the main key difference, apart from the different products that are under them tiers, basically.
Brilliant.
So let me just move on to the business voice. So as I mentioned earlier regarding this is basically part of the E5, but you can also get it as an add-on to some of the business plans as well. So it allows you to have a business plan like a standard, and basically have the phone system attached to that as a monthly add-on effectively. And these are some of the features that it can do. So you can do like auto attendance and call queues, music on hold. There's voicemail on it, call forwarding. You can have it set up on your mobile phone through the app. So you can even get it to set to say, let's ring my office phone first. If there's no reply, if there's no answer after 3 rings, ring my mobile. If there's no answers after 3 rings on there, go to voicemail or ring another number. So you can even do things like that on it. And like I say, there's geolocated numbers available. You can have toll-free numbers and free phone numbers, and we do have customers that do use free phone numbers. You just have to pay for an add-on that allows you to cover the cost of the call, basically, which you can buy directly from Microsoft on that front. And it's fully integrated with the R365 system. So once it's enabled and set up, it's fully integrated. So you can do things like you can go into your calendar and say, I want to do a Teams meeting, and it will automatically just all linked together nicely. And that's one of the benefits of having something like with Teams. But Business Voice allows you to do the phone side, so you can ring people and people can ring you. So it is effectively a full-fledged PBX.
As we said earlier on, that's a really exciting development, and that's why I mentioned it. I mentioned it earlier. And you've covered some of the areas of integration there, Martin, and obviously within the timescale that we've got on this session today, we're obviously just going over the real headlines in there. But we're happy to spend time with you and understand any voice solution that you've currently got, and to look at what the migration path may be, to put in a fully integrated solution, and obviously to look at both the cost savings as well as the additional functionality that you'll be able to get from that. And as more and more of our customers, having worked for the last few months due to the COVID scenario in a remote working situation, many will never return back to a fully working from the office situation. Others, of course will, and that's fabulous. But the ability for us to be able to integrate those together through a unified communications strategy is one that is very much aligned towards remote working for users, enabling them to use the telephony components, as well as all of the other components of both Teams and unified messaging available from this, but to do that in a seamless way, which gives customers a great experience, completely unaware of where a particular employee may be operating from, with the same level of professionalism as what they would experience should somebody be actually working within the office. And it will do both. And the integration of the PBX functionality into that only increases, I believe, the level of customer experience that you're able to give. And as Martin has just said, and I've reiterated, these are the headlines, and we're more than happy to talk with our customers about the detail and the detailed functionality that those solutions now offer. And I'll pass back to you, Martin.
Okay, thank you, Chris. We just had one question in. I just want to just cover just before I go on to the next slide. It's regarding Teams. Teams is actually available on all business plans. It doesn't come with online plan 1 or online plan 2, but it does come with the basic, standard and premium. So it does come with that part of the package. So if you get a basic one, you will get Teams with that as an option, so you can obviously sign in and use Teams part of the package. But if you have any further questions with Teams specific, you can just contact support and we'll go through it with you. It's not a problem at all. But just to reiterate, it is available on the business plans, any plan that you basically take out going forward.
And of course, Martin, yourself and I, we've done a Teams webinar previously, and we stepped through a lot of the detail of that. And again, I think that's available now on our website. So if you want to get an overview of all of the key functionality of Teams, again, we're able to firstly deliver that through a recorded webinar that we've previously done, and I'm sure we'll be running again. And then secondly, as Martin has just said, please contact us. We'd be more than happy to step you through Teams, which our customers are migrating to at a rapid rate. And indeed, as you can see from the experience you're getting today, we live on Teams ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to see any of the previous webinars, we do publish them on our website under the news section, and then it's under webinars, so they are available there. And this one will be available probably tomorrow or Friday on our website once we've just we've got the recording from Microsoft, so you can obviously re-go over it again. This is just really just a brief overview of the plans. We can go into more detail on them because it is a vast topic. This is just like a brief overview to let people know exactly what is available. And then if people want more details, then we will either do another webinar in that specific area, or you just can give us a call and we can go through it with you. That's not a problem at all.
That's brilliant. So let's unless we've got any more online questions that have come in, we've got a few FAQs that perhaps Martin, you could kind of step through now that we often get asked.
So just a couple. I mean, yeah. I mean, sorry, Chris. There is a few. This is just a couple that we generally get. Is can you mix plans, which I previously mentioned? Yeah, you can. So if you want an E3 and an online plan 1, then you can do that. If you want a basic and a premium, you can do that. If you want like an online plan 2 and an online plan 1, you can do that. That isn't an issue. There's no restriction on that front. And people also say, how can I access it? It works on Windows. Pretty much any mail client will work with it. Outlook is the fully supported and preferred one because that's the only one that you're going to get the true 365 experience with. Mac is the same. Outlook for Mac is the same as obviously Windows. And then you've got iOS and Android. And you can either use the native clients on iOS, so you can either use Apple Mail or Gmail, or Microsoft do an Outlook app for them devices, and that just works the same way. And then you've got obviously web access as well. That's available.
And again, with the mixture of 365 plans, we're more than happy to go through with you where the different stakeholders that you may have within your organization, the roles that they perform, and the services that they require, and that can vary from literally a simple basic mailbox that they may use up to a fully functioned, as we've said, E5 SKU with full voice functionality enabled, and anywhere in between, and that's our added value. We're here to try and help you through that maze of functionality and SKUs and pricing plans to try and make sure that we mix and match and put the best solution together for you. We've been here since 2006, as many of you will know, and in that period of time, we have always been a cloud provider and have always operated around the Microsoft ecosystem, providing Microsoft solutions and complementary solutions from other suppliers that assist in getting the best user experience utilizing a Microsoft solution. We've got our UK-based help desk, and we've mentioned many times we're more than happy to spend time with you and step through. And yes, we do actually talk, and are happy to spend as much time with you as needed be to step you through this. All our staff use the services and use the solutions that we've talked about today, and we indeed work from our own head office in Warrington in England, and as well as from remote locations ourselves. And indeed today, I think that all three of us are in different locations. So happy to talk with you at any time. Thank you for watching. Our contact details as normal. Our website, of course, is simplymailsolutions.com. Our telephone number is on the slide here. Our support number is on the slide there. And of course, the specific landing pages within our website where we cover the Office 365 products in detail are also mentioned. So thank you very much for taking us through this today, Martin. Thank you for watching our webinar. Please join us again when we run our next session. We are running them regularly, and as we've said, we have them recorded. And in these troubled times, please keep yourselves and your family and your work colleagues safe. And we hope we speak with you again. And at this point, I'd say goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.